Okay. Hello guys, this is Charlie. Come over here. Stop. Stop. Okay. This is the Xcode. This is Jay from the Xcode, and today I decided to stream, live stream, and show you go over the continue learning Python basically, and instead of doing it video by video, I decided to go live. So if anybody got any question or anything, they can just write it in the comments and tell me, and I'll try to answer them. And I just want to make something clear. I'm not an expert in Python, and it is just something of my interest. I learned it just recently, and I think it's very awesome and powerful, and you can do a lot with it. And so if you got any question, I'll try my best to answer them, but if I don't, I'll probably drop a link or search it up, look it up for you. Okay, so now I've got a course online that I'm going to follow. So I actually do not just do not just make my own courses and videos. I follow a course online to best guide me and teach me how to teach you guys. And so I will go over the course basically. So I will go over the course, and I'll go to replit.com and I'll show you all the examples, and I'll read to you. Now I don't have the course on this computer because I just got a new setup, and I'm streaming from my laptop, and everything else is on my other computer, and it's all messed up and stuff. So I gotta just work on it, organizing all that, and then I'll start streaming from my laptop. But for now, I'm just gonna use my laptop, and so okay, yeah. Alright, so let's go to Replit. Log in. Okay, we've already got my account. Let's go to the new one. New Replit. Oops, not this one. Okay, so I haven't used this in a while, so also instead, you know what, I'm not gonna do it over here. Let's go to Cloud9. This is a very nice workspace that you can use. It's online. It's basically just like your own local development workspace, but it's online. You don't have to do anything. So yeah, let me see. It was okay, let me see. I got to sign in, and I think I forgot my sign in. I don't remember. I've got it open on my other computer. That's why it's all my setups on my other computer, and that's why but my other computer doesn't have any setup to stream on live, so that's why I'm using my laptop. But let me see. Okay, I'll go to my other computer and see why I have it. Okay. Okay, I got it. Movie. Cool. Alright, and this is a Cloud9. Basically, this is a place where you can write code. It's basically a whole new computer on your laptop. Okay, on your online on Chrome. Okay, so what you do, you say create new space, workspace, and then your project name. So let's say just say Python. Okay, Python 3. And over here, description, you don't have to fill that. Okay, space. Okay, and then you can have it private, but you gotta pay for private. I think if you have a free account, you can have one private workspace. Otherwise, you gonna have to pay for it. Okay, and then over here, you can link it to a GitHub repo. But I'm not gonna have any repo for this. And then here you pick which technology. Ruby, they have Django, PHP, HTML, Node, C++, Word+, Rails. Alright, so let's do create workspace. And okay, let's see. workspace with this name already exists. Okay, let's change the workspace name and say name. Okay, great workspace, and this time should work. Workspace name can only have lowercase as. Okay, I forgot. So let's do this. Alright, so now it's working. So it's gonna build the whole workspace, and I'll walk you through it and show you everything. Yeah. So part of the reason I decided to live stream this is because I've been getting lazy. I've been trying to make video for really long about to continue the Python course, but I've been really busy with school and work, and I've gone lazy, and that's the reason I've decided to stream it, so I can just go over everything, and if anybody has a question, they can ask it online. I'll come maybe later and watch the live stream. So then after I finish this course, we will go over the more exciting projects and building real world projects and do fun stuff with Python. But for now, we just learning the language, learning the tools that you're gonna use to build cool stuff. Okay, so alright, I'm gonna wait for this to load for now. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it here. Alright, and this is how it looks like. Alright, so this is Cloud9. It's a really cool place. Okay, so these are the folders over here. So as you can see, we have HTML, hello world.html folder over here. Okay, so we can delete all of these. We don't need any of them. Okay. And this is the terminal over here. This is basically equivalent to the terminal. Basically equivalent to this, the terminal in Linux, or the CMD in CMD. Okay, which is the same in Windows, or it's called the command prompt. Okay, so this is basically the same as over here. So we can do let's see ls over here and show what's on in the current directory. We can do the same thing over here and show what's in the current directory. So this command stands for list. Okay, list directories, or list the items in this directory, and we can see we have hello world.html, and we have it over here, hello world.html, and readme.md. Okay, you also can right click on this, and I think you can open it. Yeah, anyways, I think you can over here like run, and you can run and see what's this HTML. Run it, and then preview run application. Let me see. Okay, run the app. Alright, and this is what they have. So this is what they have in here set up for you. But anyways, we're not gonna use this. Not gonna use any of this. Let's stop this. Okay. You can go over here and read all of this. These are the informations on, how to use Cloud9 and all that. So I'm gonna delete all of this. Alright, and close this. Alright, and now I can go over here and say space So we made a directory over here, and we're gonna put all the files, new files, in this directory. So let's make another one file. Let's say .rpy. Okay, and when you make a file, you always have to end it with the .py extension. Remember that. Click, and then we can see we have a directory of our file over here under Python. Okay, under this directory. Okay, so we click on it, double click, it'll open over here. We can say print world. Okay, save, Control S to save it. Okay, you can see now if we add something else, you can see it's like a circle. When you do Control S, it turns to an X. Okay, so that's when you save it, Control S. Okay, and then we're gonna go down to the terminal, and then we're gonna do so to run this application, you basically navigate to this directory and then Python run the file. Okay, so to do that, so you go to cd, change directory to Python. So now we basically inside this directory over here, and then we do Python app.py and then hit enter, and as you can see it printed hello world. Alright, so we're gonna start here. I'm gonna go and open the course on my other computer, and we're gonna read some of the materials over there, and I'm gonna explain it in details in here and give you examples, show you how and what they mean. Okay, so give me 1 second, I'll be right back. to the book. Alright. So I think it's called goalkicker.com. Okay. So this is the website. And these are the books it's got. Alright. And I'm using this one over here. Where is it? Python. It's basically got everything over here. I really like this website. It got documentation on every language, every technology. It's got React, React Native, TypeScript, Swift, Visual Basic, even Xamarin Forms. Alright, so this is the book over here. Alright. Let me see. So this is the book. Alright. To download it, just download it. Click here and download it. I don't want to download it because I got it open on my second monitor over here. So yes. So yeah, if you're just curious, what do I use to, in my course, I use examples from here, and I go by the book. Okay, I don't go, just make my own examples. And I mean, I make the examples, I make it myself, but I don't teach the materials from my own. Like I take them from the book and then teach them. All right. So let's close this. Cool. And now, alright, so I'm gonna go over this section. It's called section 1.12, installing external modules using pip. So I'm gonna just read off the book, and then I'll explain what you need to do and what it means. Okay. Pip is your friend when you need to install any package from a platform of choice available at the Python package index PayPal. Pip is already installed if you're using Python 2 version 2 or higher, okay, or Python 3.4 or higher, okay. So if you're using Python 2 or higher, okay, Python 2 or Python 2 or higher, but not, okay, I see. So it's pip is available only with Python 2 and 2.7, okay, 2 or 2.7.9, okay. So it comes pre-installed with these version Python and Python 3 or higher. Okay, so pip must be up. Okay, so pip is a package manager. So if you don't know what a package manager basically is, a software that runs on your computer that helps you download packages like code written by other developers that you can basically, it's a software that downloads all these packages from the official websites, from official Python websites and all that, the Python package. Alright, so this is what pip is. So since we're in Cloud 9, so if you're using Windows, pip comes already installed with when you install Windows, okay? So when you go to the Python website, okay, when you go to Python, alright, when you download it from over here for Windows, when you download Python, when you download Python version 3 or above, pip will be installed with Python. If you download a version older than that, then it'll probably not. I don't know. So you gotta check the documents and see. Okay. So but over here it says Python pip package manager comes with Python pre-installed with Python 2.7, 2 or higher, and 2.7. Okay. And then it comes also pre-installed with Python 3 or higher, any version of Python 3 or higher. Okay. So when you install it, it should probably be installed. Okay. So if you're using Python 3, all right. And since I'm using I'm using Linux. Okay. So if you're using Linux just like me, Python comes already installed on Linux. So if you say Python, okay. This is Python, and I have 2.7. Okay, so pip is already should be installed. Okay, I also have 2 versions of Python on my computer. Okay, so if you say exit, I have also Python 3 -- version. Okay, you see I got Python 3.5, and also I got Python 2.7. Alright, and I also got pip. Alright, so if you say pip -b to return the pip version. Okay. Okay, so over here it says pip. Alright, 9.1. Okay, so I got pip installed, you see? Alright, and if you go here to Cloud9, you don't have to install Python or anything. It comes installed when you open the workspace. So if you do Python over here, if you write Python and you say -- version, you can see they have Python 2.7, and also I think they got Python 3. Yes, you see they got 3.4.3. Okay, and pip. And the pip version, as you can see, they got pip. This is the version of pip. All right. So let me show you what pip is. Okay, so let's read here. It says find install package, search for a package as simple as type in pip search. Okay, so if pip is, as we said, is a package manager, basically a software that downloads packages, Python packages. Basically it goes online, find packages and download them to your local machine or whatever you're using. For example, I'm using here Cloud9, so it'll download it to my Cloud9, so I'll have it in my packages. So okay, so if you say pip, in here you can see this is all. So this is how you use pip. These are the commands that you can use with pip. All right. So you can say install to install a package, okay, uninstall to uninstall a package. So if you got a install package and you want to uninstall it, so okay, so this is what it does. Freeze basically lists all install packages requirement format. Okay, so this will list all the installed packages in the requirements format. Basically, requirement format is it will list them and list their version. Okay, so list all the packages you got and their version, and put them, and you can put them in a .txt file and name them requirement, and then send them maybe send them to your friend, and then your friend will be able to download them just by typing pip install requirements. Okay, and list will also list all the installed packages, show show information about install package, search, you can search for packages, wheel, building wheels from your requirement. This, I don't know what it does, okay. Zip, duplicate zip individual packages, unzip, duplicate unzip individual packages. So basic, you can tell what it does. Bundle, duplicate, create a Python bundle. So what this does, basically, bundle is a when you write Python code and stuff, like let's say you write in a library, you know, so other people can use your library, you know, you write in useful functions, mathematical function and stuff, and you want to send it to Python, you know, send it to with pip to Python packages so other people can download it. So with this, it bundles your code all together, and then you can package them and send them to you know, online, so people can download them with pip. Okay, so with this, what it does. All right, so this is all the basic information, so you can look them up, but I'll go over all the basic ones that I know. Okay, so if you do pip search, okay, and then over here you type the package name, and then this will search for all for the package you're searching for. Okay, so if you, let's say Flask, okay, so it'll list all the Flask packages, and also will list the version. Okay, so as you can see, we have all these Flask packages that you can download. So Flask static, all these packages that maybe you can use with Flask. Okay, Flask docs and all that. Okay, and these are the packages, and the Flask is a Python microservice framework for building web applications. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that right now, but I'm just letting you know. So this is basically a very popular Python package you can search for. Also, another one is pandas. Okay, if you search, you see. Alright, they got it. Yeah. Alright, so this is all the packages that have the name pandas. Alright, now let's delete all this. Clear the screen. Alright, and over here in the book it says install a package is simple as typing in terminal command prompt. Okay, pip install and package name. Okay, so what it says over here, it says if you want to install a package, like let's say you found a package online and you want to install it, you find it useful and you want to use it. Okay, so if you want to install it, download it and use it, so you say pip install and the package name over here. Alright, so you write package name over here. So I'm gonna, let's see, let's download, what a useful package. Let me see. Let's download Flask, okay? And I'll show you what Flask is. So let's say Flask, pip install Flask, hit enter. Okay, and this is because I'm on a Linux machine. So if you're basically Cloud9 is a Linux machine. So if you're on a Linux machine, you know you got to do the sudo, right? Sudo command. This means basically super power, like you're the run as the administrator, whatever. Like you give it the sudo to give it all the access you want. All right, so you say sudo pip install and the the package name, and in this case it's going to be Flask. Pip install Flask, and it's going to download and successfully install Flask. See over here. Alright, so if you say pip list, you see now we have these all the packages that we already got installed, and now we should see Flask somewhere in here because we just downloaded Flask, and we can see it over here. As you can see, we got Flask, and this is the version number. Okay, so if you say pip list, it'll list all the packages that you have. All right, let's see what else this is over here. And then you also can install a specific version of a package by doing pip install and then Flask, okay, and double equals sign and then the version number, okay. So you can say 2.3 point something, okay. I don't know what the current version of Flask is, but yeah, you can do that. All right. So what else you can do? Upgrading installed packages. Okay, so if you got packages, let's say these are all the packages we've got. You see over here a lot of packages. All right, comes pre-installed when you run Cloud 9. So most of these packages I don't have them. Like if you see on my desktop, if I open my terminal, if you see pip list, if I do list, you see these are all the packages I've got. I got NumPy, these ones, auto pip 8. This one is for I don't think I need it anymore. Yeah, let me delete it. This is basically I used to have a Atom extension, and I had to download this in order for the extension to work with Atom. So now that I don't use really Python Atom anymore, so I don't need this. So I'm gonna say auto pip 8. So this will uninstall this package. Okay. Yes. And then if you say pip list, and then now we don't have it. Auto pip 8, we don't have it anymore. Okay. So these are all the packages I've got. All right. Eurolib3, real virtual env. This is a very nice package. It allows you to make a virtual environment. Alright, so let's go back to here. Alright, let's go back to here. And what else? Okay, so I was saying we can upgrade install packages. When new version of install packages appear, they're not automatically installed to your system. To get an overview of which of your install packages have become outdated, run pip list outdated. Okay, so let's say we got these packages installed on our machine, okay, and then some of these packages are outdated. There's a new version of these packages. So what you can do to know which one of these packages are outdated and there is a new version, because there's new versions of these packages that they release new versions every month or every year, let's say. So to see which of these packages is outdated, you run pip list -- outdate it. Okay. And enter, and then this will list all the packages that are outdated. So you see it's running, still running. So this package over here says current version is 1.2.1. The current version I have on my machine is this one, 1.2.1, and the latest version is 1.4.0. Okay, so this package is very outdated. There's 1.4, so there's like 2 releases. And as you can see, this one is the same, this one's the same. You don't have to update it, but just like to let you know that there's a new version. Maybe the newer version is better, maybe it's worse, maybe you want to stick to the older version. So it all depends on your needs. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna let this run, and I'm gonna read more over here. To upgrade a specific package, use pip install package, and then with the flag upgrade. Okay. So excuse me. So let's say we have an outdated package. Okay, outdated package, and we want to upgrade it. So let's say we want to upgrade this over here, the 6 package, which I don't know what this is, but let's say we want to upgrade it. So what we do is you say pip install, and you gotta give it the sudo permission. Okay, pip install, and then the package name 6, and then -- upgrade. Alright, and hit enter, and this will upgrade. Okay, see, successfully installed 6. Okay, so it successfully updated 6. Alright, this package. And you don't have to remember all these commands. You can just look them up. I mean, you don't really need these all these commands. I mean, like, you don't use them every day, but it's just nice to know. Like, it just nice to be aware of. You know, if you're like if you're running into a problem where you need to update this package or this thing, you know where to refer back to. You know, you go back to the book, or you look them up online and search them, and you basically that's how you do it. I mean, you don't really learn all these. You don't remember. You memorize all these. Sometimes you don't remember all the commands, and it's okay. Okay, so let's continue. So upgrade pip. Okay, so upgrading pip. So to upgrade pip, so pip, the package manager, the software pip can be upgraded also. Okay, so you can upgrade pip. You can upgrade your existing pip installation by using the following command on Linux or Mac OS. Okay, so you can upgrade pip by doing so. Let's say we said version of pip. Okay, you said we got this version 1.5.4, and we want to upgrade it. Okay, so what we do is on Linux or Mac OS we do pip install -u, stands for upgrade pip. Alright, oops, and hit enter, and this will upgrade pip. It says no such option. Okay, alright, uppercase U. I forgot again. Sudo pip install. Okay, and then now if we say pip -- version, now it says 1.5.4. The last one was 1. Oh, so it's still the same. Okay, so there is no update for pip. Alright, but the new Python so this pip is for the Python version 2.7. okay, but the new Python 3 point something, there's always update for pip. Okay, alright, also over here, so let me see what we need to go over next. Oh, Okay, so the help utility. Okay, so there is a nice feature in Python. It's not really nice. It's a function. So if we do, let's clear the screen. Say Python. Alright, so now I'm inside the Python interpreter. Okay, and let's say we have a function and we don't know what that function does, or we need more information about this function, what it does, what it really does. Okay, so what we can do is we can do print, alright, help. Okay, and then this is a function. Help is basically a function that takes another function and gives you more information about this function. Okay, so let's say the print. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think something like this. Is it like this? Help. I don't think we need to wrap it inside a print statement. Help. Print. Not like this. Definitely not like that. Oh, I forgot. I see why. You first enter help, and then now this is the function. When you enter help, it runs this. So now you can see it changed to the help prompt, and so now you're inside the help basically function, and you can type whatever. So you can say the print. Alright, and get help about the print. And as you can see over here, you got the print statement, and all these that explain what the print does and how it works and all that. I don't need this, so I'm gonna just exit. Alright, if you want to exit, you just hit Q and then hit Q again and enter, and then double exit. And as you can see, it says now you're leaving help and turn into the Python interpreter. Okay, so basically help was another interpreter, or another like a small software written by Python that explains all the Python modules and functions and objects and all that. Oh, oops. So let me see what we need to go over next. Okay. I kind of want to go over the object-oriented OPP part of it, of Python. I just want to finish it so you guys have a broad idea of what Python is and how it does and everything, and then from there we can like slice up into more details, because the OPP is really where all the meat and potatoes is. It's like everything. Like if you understand OPP, you will get like almost everything. You won't really have any problems. Simple example, how the digits pause. Okay, so enough with the terminal. Okay, let's go over here to our .py file. Okay, so one cool thing in Python we can do right now is display the date and time. Okay, and to do that we simply need to import a module, okay, and this module is called date and time. You can see over here it appears in the telesense. So import date and time, okay, and this is a module, okay. This is already installed with Python, so you don't have to pip install date and time, okay. But it's already installed when you download Python. But if there is an external library or module that you need, you can use pip install to download it. All right. So to use it, we do import date and time because it's in another file. So we have to import it to this file, to our file. Okay. And then over here we can use it. So to use it, we say. First we make an object, we declare a variable today, and we say equal to. So I've already covered importing modules and how to work with them. So if you want to use the date and time module, what you need to do is date and time, so you gotta indicate that you're using this library over here, the date and time. So you say date and time, and then whatever function inside that date and time. So date and time, this date and time is a library, and inside this library, inside this module, inside this object, inside this class, whatever you want to call it, and this is an object actually. It's not. It's a module. It's not a class. So it says date and time dot whatever function or class inside date and time. So you say there's a function inside date and time called date. Okay, so if you say date and time dot date, okay, and then this will give you the date. Okay, so if you say just this, and then now print date, not date, today. Okay, this will, so if we go to the terminal, say Python app.py, run it, argument year not found, okay, date and time. Okay, so this required, so over here you can say in the type required argument a year. Is it not found? Okay, so you gotta pass it a year. So let's say 2017. Let's see, let's try again. Oops. Year not found. Quite on minutes. Alright, I think I forgot to save. Alright, so let's run it again. Okay, so we gotta pass it month and all that. So we gotta pass it more. We could pass it more. Let's say we can pass it like 2, and let's say just 2. Let's just save it and see what happens. But there is a better way to do that. You don't need to do this. If you want the date and time, you just don't want to pass it. And this will give you like the date and time like this, you see. But if you want the date and time of now, you say dot, there's a function inside the module called dot today. Okay, so if you call it, this will return date and time of today. So this date and time, this is the module. Okay, inside the module there is a function or object called date. Okay, and inside that object we can call this function, which is inside the date and time module. We can call this function on the date and time, alright, and then it'll return the time, the date of today. Okay, so let's save it. Okay, say Python app. Oops, we forgot to print it. Today. Cool. Print, and then this will print today. Okay, so 2/18 March 2026. Cool. Let's delete all this now. Let's go back. So now we know how to print the date and time, huh? Very cool, right? Not really. Alright. Let me see what else we can do. We also can create date and time. It says over here we can create date and time. So this is similar to JavaScript if you're familiar with JavaScript. So date and time. So do date and time dot date and time dot now. So let's wrap it inside a print and see what this does. Okay. So essentially what this will do is will return the current date and time. So instead of writing this, we can do just this. Let me see. Let's comment this out. Let's save and go back to the terminal and run Python. And this will give us not only the date and time, it will give us the hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. Cool, right? Now if we notice over here, this is like the second and milliseconds. It will change every time we run it because it will update. So if you see over here, it's now 36.666. Alright, cool. Cool stuff, right? What else we can do? So now we know how to print the date and time. And if you want more specific stuff about the date and time, just search it, Google it, or come to the book, download the book and look it up. It's very helpful, useful stuff over here if you're interested, obviously. Between time zones. You also can switch between time zones. Cool, right? Simple data formatting. You can do something like this. You can combine, say, today plus this. And lot syntax. Oops, because this needs to be in here. Alright, so you can do something like this and format it. And when you exit, oh, I forgot to save. Alright, let's run it again. And run. You see. It's getting a little slow, I don't know why. So let's just wait for it. Let me look up something else we can go over and explain. And so right. Oops. Let me see. Turn it again. Oops. It says nothing can in date and time. Okay, object. So what we need to do is wrap it inside a string. Okay, so we need to convert this to a string because it's not a string when it comes back. It's an integer or an object or whatever it is. Okay, so now we can say today, and then this is the date and time. Okay, cool, right? All right, let's see what else. Okay, let's go over sets. Should we go over sets? I don't know. No, hold on, let me see. Charlie, over here. Okay, let me see 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Charlie, what are you doing? Stop it. Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. That was my dog. Okay. So, we'll see over here. Oh, how about we go over try and accept? Okay, let's see. See if we got it over here. I don't think we got it. Okay, I know it enough. I know it good enough to explain it. Okay, so try and accept. Let me see if I can explain what try and accept. So basically, try and accept is a way to handle errors. Okay, so let's say we're trying to get the date and time. Okay, and let's say we forgot and made a mistake. So what we let me just show you first. Okay, so we can type try, and we can go over to this code, indent it. Okay. Do this over here. Let's go down. Alright, so what we can do is we can do try this code, okay, and if it does work, then it's gonna run this code, okay. Else, if we get an error, if we get any kind of error, we can handle that error using accept block. No, this is how you spell accept. And then over here we can give this an argument, or we can just let it like this, and this will catch any unhandled errors. Okay, so we can say print So now if we run this, it'll just run like normal. You can see it'll print today is this. But what if we have a mistake? What if we forgot about something? Like, let's say we forgot to parse this date and time object to a string. We forgot about that. So this will catch it, and then will give us unhandled error. We'll print this, okay? So let's save, and then let's go terminal, and then you see it says unhandled error. We can go more specific and type what kind of error it is. We can just say like type error, okay? And then this will be specific only to type error, and it's gonna say okay. And delete this, save to the terminal, run it again, and it's gonna say type error, okay? Because this is, we trying to concatenate two different types, a string and a date and time, which is probably a number or an integer or an object, okay? So this is basically what the try and accept does. Try this code. If it does work, then run it, good. If it doesn't, if any kind of error occurs in the code, you can put an except block for it, okay? You can put more than one except block. You can put one more, like except for 0 division. I don't know how, but we can, let's say any. So in here we're gonna check for type error, okay? And let's say in here we're gonna check for any other kind of errors. So if anything else happened, anything unprepared, we're not prepared for, we can just say print unhandled. Okay, so we can say and save, and then if we run it, I'm going to say type error, because the error we get over here is a type error. But what if we get something else? Like, what if we do this, okay, and save it, alright, and run it. Okay, so we got a syntax error over here. That's a syntax. Okay. Okay, let's see. I know how to do it. Okay, so what if we try to divide by 0? Okay, well, let's fix this first. TR. Okay, and then in here we're going to say print one divided by 0. Alright. So now this will work until we get over here, print 1 divided by 0. This will raise an error because we can't divide 1 by 0. This is almost in all programming languages, if you divide by 0, you will get an error. So if we run this code, it will get up to over here, and then we'll raise an error, and then we have over here except blocks. So this catches type error if we got a type error. If not, this will catch any other type of errors, okay? So let's run it. Python. Let's run it again. I think I forgot to save. Right. Python.py, and as you can see, it says unhandled error. So you run till you get here, and then it says you raise an exception over here, and then these two, we got these two. This checks for type error, and and the other one for any other kind of errors. Alright, so this is basically what the try except does. Now let's delete all this, because let's see what else we can go over. I just want to kind of jump into classes and explain what classes does, but let's see, I'm gonna look more over here for interesting topics. And if you guys got any topics, just leave them in the comments and I'll try my best to explain them. Okay. How about we write a small program that finds all odd numbers and print them to the screen. Find all odd numbers from 1 to 100 and print them to the screen, and all let me see, all odd, maybe all even, or all numbers divisible by 3. Okay, so I'm gonna go over these two topics, and then I'll jump into classes and explain what classes and what objects are. Alright, so let's build this program, small program that prints all even nums to the console. Alright, prints all even numbers to the console, and okay, and all nums divisible by 3. Oh, 3. Cool. And then let's see. And let's see. I want to. All right, that should be enough. Should be fine. So let's go over this, and then I'll show you more stuff. Okay, so we're gonna make a program that prints all even nums to the console, and print all nums divisible by 3. Okay, so the best way to do this is we create a function, and to make a function we say def, and then over here we're gonna call the function print all, okay, and we're gonna say takes nums, alright, and then so it'll take a number, alright, so this number, let's say 100, so it'll loop over all 100 numbers, and then print all even numbers and all numbers divisible by 3. Alright, so let's do that. See how we can do that. So first we're gonna say make a for or while loop. For loop or while. For. Okay, for loop. Alright, so we're gonna say for I in range, and the range is gonna be over here, whatever he puts in, the user puts in. So let's say for I in range 1 or 0, 1, 2 nums. Okay. Alright, so for I in range from 1 to whatever the user puts in, what we're gonna do is write a comment, check if none or if I is even. So we're gonna say if I, and how to check if I is even. How can we do that? We can do if I modulo, which is modulo 2 0. Okay. So over here we said if I divided by 2 will return a remainder of 0, then I is even. Okay. So we're gonna print it to the screen. Print. Should we print it or store it inside a list and then print the list? Let me see. I think we should store it inside a list and then print the list. Yeah, we probably should do that. Or no, let's just print it. I have to make a list outside the for loop, and I don't want to do all that. Okay, so it's going to be print I. Else if elif, make some space over here. Let's say else if I modulo 3. So basically over here we're saying if I divided by 3 will return a remainder of 0, then we're going to print I plus, and first let's convert the str. This is because this is going to be an integer. We got to convert it to a string and add it to I is this. I made some spelling errors, but whatever. Okay, so if we save that, and then over here, so we wrote the function. Now what we have to do is we gotta call the function. So print all, and then we gotta pass a number, say 100. And then let's go over here and run it and see what it does. We say python app.py, run it. Okay, so it did not print anything. Why is that? Let's see. That's because now it worked. Okay, I don't know what happened. Maybe I forgot to save it. Alright, so in here we're inside func. So we went to here to the 2 and it printed out the 2 because the 2 is even, and then to the 3, and we should have put some space over here, and then printed 3 divisible by 3, and then 9 divisible by 3, 15 divisible by 3, 21 divisible by 3, and also printed all the even numbers. if we run it again, this time it should print in. Yeah, this time we've got space over here. So this is very simple. This is how we make something like this. I also wrote this program just to go over one thing: the break statement. So we have in Python, we have a statement. We have a statement just like the if statement and the else statement called break. Okay, and the break statement is basically what it says is, if you're inside a for loop or a while loop, okay, and you want to break, okay, as soon as you hit a condition you want to break, you can just do break and then it'll break out of the loop. Okay, so let me show you over here. So let's say here inside the loop I'm gonna print all the numbers. Okay, I print all the numbers. I'm gonna print I, but if I divided by 20 or modulo 20, okay, so if I divided by 20 equals 0, in other words, if I is 0, if I is 20, okay, because only, oh no, that's wrong. Bye bye. Alright, so in other words, if I divided by 20 equals 0, which is wrong, what I meant is modulo, okay, so if I divided by 20 will return a remainder of 0, okay, then break, okay, so if I is 20, because only 20 divided by 20 will return a remainder of 0, okay, then we're gonna break. First we're gonna say print breaking out of the loop, okay, and then we're gonna break, and to break we simply say break, and this will break out of the loop. And then if we have another statement over here outside of the for loop, but still inside the function, we can still execute it. And then over here, print end of func. Cool. Alright, so let's run Python, and then over here inside func we're inside the function, and then we print in all the numbers until we get to 20, and then we hit this condition. If 20 divided by 20 will return a remainder of 0, which is true, then we're going to print breaking out of the loop, and then we're going to return to the outer scope, which is the function scope, and then we print end of function, end of func. So this is nothing, we have nothing else to run inside the function, that's it, and then we exit out. So this is the break statement. You can also use it inside a while loop just the same way, okay, and yeah, that's it basically. Oops. Alright, so let me see. Now I'm gonna go over classes and objects. Alright, so let's see. So I just want to make you familiar. I just want to introduce you to classes. So let's just jump in and start typing some code. So what is a class? A class is basically a data structure that allows you to make your own type, to construct your own type and your own methods and put or make your own methods on that class, okay, on that data structure. So one of the data types that we have is a string and an int, which is a string and an integer. These are data types, okay? But we also can make our own data types, okay? Boolean is also another data type, which is true or false. But classes give us the ability to make our own data type. So let me give you an example. So if we say class, okay, this is the keyword to make a class, just like a keyword to make a function. We say class and we give it a name. Okay, so let's say person. Okay, and it's optional. You can put 2 parentheses. It's not necessary, but it's optional. You know, it's nice to put it conventional. Alright, and then make sure this is indented, the block under it, and then this is, now this we have a class, okay? So, what is a class? Class basically is an object. It's a blueprint that defines a data type, okay? So just like a string, okay? Just like we have string, and when we type any string, like let's say, like the str, okay, that turns in something to a string, okay. This is a method, okay, that turns something to a string, okay. But in here we have object, okay. So we turn in we make an object, which is our data type, okay. So I don't know how to explain it better than that, but let me show you. Print person. Okay. So if you print person, go to the terminal, and then you type Python, and then you run it. This, oops, forgot to save. Type, oops, print. Okay. Let me see. Let's run it again. Print. Huh. Okay, I see why. Because we don't have anything inside the class. We got print pass. Print person. Alright, and let's go to the terminal, and then we run this code. So you see person over here. This is a data type, alright? So now we've created our own data type, just like string and integer. We've created our own data type. Now we can make our own variables with this data type. We can delete, we can add function to this data type, we can modify and do all kind of stuff. So let me give you an example. So alright, let's delete the pass. Alright, and then inside person, what we can do is define a function okay, or let me keep this. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna define a function, and this is called the initialize, or in some languages called the constructor, which is going to define how our objects or how our data type's gonna look like, okay, or what they're gonna have. All right, so let's see. So and by convention, the first argument is self, which refers to the object created, okay, the object that we're gonna have, okay. So we don't have it now, but we're gonna make it. So self, and also we're gonna have name and age, okay. And then over here we're gonna assign some variables. So we're gonna say name equal self dot name and age equal self dot age, okay. And let's define another function, and let's call it print or info, just info, okay. And it's going to take self. Every function inside a class, every function we define must have a self argument. It is not it's a must, okay. It's you gotta have a self argument if you want to create an object, okay, of your class, okay. But if you don't want to create an object of your class, you can have a function without the self and basically use the class itself to execute that function. So let me show you what I mean. So inside the print info, we're gonna print age and name, okay, so name and age. So over here, outside the class, outside the scope of the class, this is the indentation to show that we are inside the class. So outside the class, we're gonna make, so if you run, alright, first let's save this, go back to the terminal, and then let's run this. I'm just gonna run this, okay, so it ran, no any errors. So now this is the blueprint, okay, blueprint so of our data type. Alright, this is how our data type is gonna look like. This is all the method that our data type is gonna have. This is everything that gonna be inside our data type. So you know that when, just like in the string data type, when we have string dot length, where we can print the a certain string length, we can it's like this, like when we say print, and we can do string, let's say string, or let's say hello, just hello, okay. You can do dot length, length, and this will print the length, this will return the length. It did not work because we did not save. I keep forgetting to save. What the, let me see, 1 second. Forgot what the method to print the length of a string in Python. I think it's called len. Anyways, let's use another one. There's another one called upper to upper or upper, and this will make this string uppercase. Let's see. know. That's weird. Yes, dot opera, this over here. You see this thing, this method, just like over here. So this is a string over here, and we got a method that can apply on the string, that modify the string. Okay, so we can do the same thing with classes. Okay, with classes we define our own data type, just like a string. Okay, and we can call our own methods that can modify our object, or not only modify the object itself, can play with other stuff, you know, print some stuff about the object or about something else, you know. We can do a whole bunch of stuff with it. So this is just an example of how the string, you know, string data type work. You know, you type a string and you call it a function. So the string class is defined just like in here. Okay, so it's just like over here, string, and then it's got a bunch of methods just like over here. These are called method, not function. When a function inside a class is called method, not a function. Okay, yeah, just like that, and can play with the data. So let me show you. So to make a new instance of our data type, which is this over here, this person, you can do J. This is the object. Okay, so when we make an instance, it's always called an object because we're basically making an object. Okay, so if you see over here, this is an object that's got properties and attributes. Basically, the attributes is this over here, the name, age, and properties is the function or methods. Okay, so we say J, and then we say person, and then inside it we pass in the name and the age. Okay, we don't pass self because self stands for the object itself, which is J over here. Okay, so I'll show you right now. Now if we say the name, let's say Jean. Okay, in the age, let's say 17. Save this, go to the terminal, clear the terminal, and then run it. Oops, we misspelled something. It says select, not defined global names. Huh. Where is that? Okay, so what name? Forgot to put self.name. Self dot age. But we don't have any. Where did this come from? Alright, so if we run it, global names. Okay, where is that? Oh, it's over here. Let's see why. So we misspelled over here. So basically this has to match this. Alright? Has to match self. Whatever we pass in as the first argument over here has to match. Alright, so you see the self over here and then the self. This all represent the object itself, which is J. Okay, I'll show you in just a second. So let's save this, clear, and run run it again. Person instance has no attribute name. We probably misspelled something. Attribute or person instance has no attribute name. We've got a name over here. Sorry. Okay, I misspelled stuff over here as well. That could be the problem, but I don't think that's the problem. Yes, that's not the problem. Problem is, I don't think we have to indicate the name over here because we are. I think we do. I'm not sure. Nope, we do have to. Yes. Okay, so let me see. Alright, I did this in reverse, which should be is self.age and self.name. Equal age. This should be like this. I messed up. I totally messed up. Oh, this should be name. Okay. Now this is how it should be. Okay. I'm sorry about that. So let me say python app.py. So now we have an instance over here, j, which is j. So if we print what j is, save it to the terminal, print, as you can see, person instant. Okay, so we have, this is basically our own data type now. This is a new data type as created from this class. Okay, this is a data type. We can create multiple data types now. Okay, and we can create multiple instances of this class. Okay, so just like we have a string, we can use a string everywhere. We can use a string inside a print statement, inside a function. We can now instantiate multiple people, okay, from this person class. We can say J, we can say John equal person, and we give it his own name. I'll say no. Let's see, we give it John and age. It doesn't have to be a string, by the way, over here, but we can because we didn't specify what kind of over here. So you can put a number over here if you want to. We can do 20. Okay, and save it. Come over here and print no. Save it. Okay. And run it, and then this should print these two instant. See? Person instant at this location, the person instance at this location. Basically what this means is an instant or an object, okay, was created at this location in memory, okay, and this is the same over here. Alright, so if we clear it, and now, so this is, we said this is our data type now. We created two types. We created two instances of our data type over here that have different attributes. okay, but they have this the same methods, they have the same properties, but they have different attributes. Okay, they have name and age. So each of these instances should have name and age. Okay, so now if we want to know the age of John, so we can say John.age and J.age. Save, back to the terminal, run this, and as you can see, it printed 17 and 20. So now let's go back over here. The self over here basically means the object over here, means this John. So if we don't pass this, if we keep it like this, and then we say print, because we can do this, okay? If we something like this, and then we run it, you're gonna get an error, and the error is name error. Name J is not defined, okay? And the reason is, okay, well, that's because over here, that's different error. Okay, that's not the error I was looking for. Okay, you see, it printed the instant, but now we don't have the we did not. So what it did print, it printed the class, okay, but did not print the instance because we don't have a name for it. So to pass in the name, we can pass in the name over here. We can say J, okay. And then now if we pass it, if we run it now, okay, so see. Let me see. If we run this, as you can see, it printed the instant. But what if we want the this instant name? So what we can do is we can access this instance. So what we're doing in here is basically not making an instance, we're using the class, okay? So you see the class over here? The class has an instant, okay, one instant. And if we use the class, we can say class person, and then we pass the data to the class, and then we use the name over here, and then we can print it. And this will return Gene, whatever name we pass in here, okay? So now we pass this to the class, and then we print it whatever inside it. Cool. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, as I said before, we can do this, but this the name over here, refers to the self in here. Okay, so we can't remove the self. So if we remove the self over here, and we save it and we try to run it, we're going to say takes exactly 2 arguments but 3 were given, because basically this over here is going to be passed as an argument to here. Okay, this, the John, the data type over here, John, is going to be passed as an argument in here. Okay, so we gotta have the self. Even though we are passing 2 arguments, only 2 arguments, you can see we passing only 2 arguments, but it still says take exactly 2 arguments, but 3 were given. Even though we're passing only 2 arguments, but this get passed in here. Okay, so we're gonna we have to have the self arguments, because the self arguments refer to the object itself, and then the object, how we know which object we're referring to, is going to be self, the self that refer to the object itself. So the object at this location, okay, when we printed, let me see, so we made two objects, okay, and we gave them, Python gave them a location in memory, and then how we know which object we talking about, which object are we referring to. The self when we pass the self, it's basically the first argument, and then this will return the object in memory and return all its attributes and data. Alright. Okay guys, I think that's it. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours, I think, if not more. I think that's it for today. I'm tired and I think I'm gonna go right now. So thank you guys and bye.